What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Power Button Podcast. I'm your co-host, Josh Maney.
And I'm your other co-host, Darren Badmouth Beasley, and today we're talking some more dumb shit. Actually, what's pressing right now?
What is pressing? Gemini Man losing, what, $75 million?
Lost $75 million.
Tanked.
Really?
Absolutely tanked. Dog, the movie
It was that bad, huh?
It is shit. It's a shitty movie. It's a shitty movie.
Damn.
And I don't even think the high frame rate was a good idea. When I heard about it, I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to see that. I went and saw it, and I couldn't see it in 120 frames per second, but I found a theater doing 60. So
Yeah.
going from the usual 24 to 60, that was quite the jump. Best 3D I've ever seen in my life,
Okay.
for sure. But that's the only thing it was good for. Other than that, it was like,
It was really the best 3D you've ever seen in your
it was
life.
the best 3D I've ever seen in my life. Will Smith was standing still and looking, and it looked like his face was coming out of the screen.
Damn.
It's weird. Like, that is
better
what,
than Avatar?
Yeah. And Avatar, cause Avatar was dope at that, but like even Doctor Strange, I feel like can live up to what Avatar was doing in 3D. You know what I mean?
Well, but that's
because we
because
get
of the
more
type
movies,
but that's because of the type of movie.
right?
That's why. Not necessarily. Like Avatar, they filmed the entire thing with those IMAX cameras. They didn't do that for Doctor Strange.
They didn't. No, they shot in IMAX.
The whole thing?
I don't know about the whole thing,
Like, I'm sure
because a lot of
certain
movies
parts.
do. Yeah, I'm not sure if the whole thing was in IMAX. Probably not.
And then, like, you think about, like, the special effects and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Because Doctor Strange blew my mind when I saw that in IMAX 3D. Like the beginning of the movie when what's his face is going against the Ancient One,
Yeah.
and trying to chase her, and she does the ring, and it comes out.
yeah.
Oh my!
But you see what I mean, though? Like, Avatar was, like, someone just sitting there, and, like, when he's just sitting there doing the video logs, like, it's not crazy. It's not
Right.
anything coming out at you, but the 3D is amazing, you know? So it's kind of like that. Like, if Doctor Strange is just standing there talking, it's not like he's...
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
But that's the Gemini Man. It looked
Yeah,
like
okay,
they were
right.
literally coming out of the screen. There were some scenes that were like supposed to be 3D. You know how they do it? They slow it down, make it. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, I really feel like shit's coming at me right now. This is. It has to be the best 3D I've ever seen. What was the other movie that did a higher frame rate? The Hobbit. One of the Hobbit movies.
Oh, yeah?
It did. What was it? 48 frames per second. Which is
Okay.
still a jump. That's double the normal frame rate.
Uh-huh.
I never seen that though.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Hobbit movies.
And I can't imagine what 120 frames per second even looked like. Honestly, because I saw it in 60 and it was too much. And they shot it in 120, and only some theaters can play 120, which makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine. Maybe the 3D would look even better, but everything else, like when
I
there was
don't understand
fast-paced
that,
shit,
though.
it was,
I don't get that. Because we, like, at some point, it's going to collide with how we naturally view the world.
Yeah, right. We
It-
were talking about that. I Googled it, and what was the frame rate that we see approximately?
Well, we can only see up to, like, what, 160 or something like that?
Something
And
like
then after
that.
that, it's
Maybe it
hard
was
to
in the
tell.
200s.
Or was it 200s? Yeah.
Maybe it was in the 200s.
But I mean, like, even like me looking at you now, okay, if we're going to make a movie in reality with actors, it has to resemble the frame rate that I perceive you.
Right.
If you start doing different things, I don't understand how that's...
It looks like somebody recorded it off their fucking iPhone.
Right, it's not going to look... You need a movie to look real.
And
You can't...
That's what made the CGI look even worse at times. It was 60 frames per second, and it was just the CGI didn't look.
Looks like a video game.
There was maybe 3 that showed the younger Will Smith that looked phenomenal. Like, oh my God.
Okay,
But
yeah.
anytime he was in the light, forget about it. And then the last scene they show with him, and it's daytime, dog, it doesn't make sense. You got to look it up at some point. They literally said, fuck it. They said, fuck it. It was the worst I've seen him through the whole movie, and it didn't make any sense. It looked so bad. It looked like a PlayStation 3 game. It just looked so goddamn bad. And the story was just something we've seen so many... There was nothing unique about it.
Right.
Like Will Smith, I didn't know much about him. He was a badass.
Yeah, right.
And he was like an agent. And then he was the best, and they cloned him.
Yeah, okay.
It was whatever.
Yeah, I heard it was terrible. I thought it was a shitty
I only
movie.
went to go see it because it was in the higher frame rate. They're like, you got to see this in 3D, high frame rate. Like, that was the whole big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I would rather stick to the 24. It's fine.
I don't know.
Like, even 60. Like, we watch 60, like, on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
60 frames.
But
and
we're
that's
typically,
like,
but it depends what we're watching, though.
Yeah, we're not watching a movie.
Right.
And it just makes it look not like, it looks like a soap opera.
Right. It doesn't look right.
I don't like it at all.
I think there's a reason why they direct movies a certain frame rate. It's because we're trying to match how we perceive the world. You know, video games, obviously, we want to be performing at a higher frame rate. We want Killing Floor 2. We want Call of Duty. We want Halo to be 60 frames.
Possible.
Yeah. Well, not even. Well, yeah, we do want it to look realistic, but we want it to run as smoothly as possible. We'll even run even smoother than we perceive reality.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
We want 120 frames. Like, I've seen someone's computer running something at like 180 frames per second.
It's crazy.
It's like it's higher than we can even perceive, but we want it to run that fast. You know, we want Dead Space to look milky smooth, but
a movie.
Yeah, right. You don't want someone walking around to look not real.
Right,
like,
right.
You need
and
it
it
to
literally
be...
looked like a video I could have done off my iPhone. Honestly.
Yeah.
Some scenes were like that. And then just the camera's moving. Like, if there's a cameraman holding the camera, you can tell. The fucking thing's like kind of shaking. Everything's just too fast. The action scenes were like, I can't tell what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It was going way too fast.
I don't think the frame rate helps with that, but I think that's also a part of the directing. It didn't have to be directed like that, but they directed it like that anyway. Like, I remember watching the Star Trek movie, the last one, Discovery, and some of the action scenes, you just take the camera and just shake the hell out of it. I can't tell what the hell's going on. You throw a punch, I don't know where it's going. Like, a lot of action movies do that, but and I don't like that. You know, that's what made Daredevil so great. Season 1. Like, we had one frame, one shot, I should say, that just moved
and
slowly.
he just went through.
And he would go through. He'd do that multiple times throughout season 1, 2, and 3. Every single action scene.
There was another hallway scene every time.
Yeah, there's always a set piece, and then shit happens in the set piece. It's not shaking around, moving around like you see on fucking CBS and CW network. You know what I mean? It's more legit. It's people who give a shit. It's people who give a fuck about action. And I don't know. I saw some clips of Gemini Man that I thought were ridiculous. I looked it up on YouTube. I saw him like
the motorcycle fight.
That's what I saw actually.
If you can just, because I got to that point with the movie, I'm like, if I can just like kind of shut my brain off a little, I'm gonna enjoy this more. So like when it got to the motorcycle scene, I'm like, that's ridiculous. But you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's have a good time. They were doing shit that didn't even make sense. Like, the laws of gravity just didn't apply at all.
I saw him hit him with the motorcycle. He like hits him with the back tire of the. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I saw that clip and that's it. I won't see that movie. I don't give a shit.
No.
Speaking of another movie, I won't see the new Star Wars movie. The trailer.
Oh, you watched it?
I know you watched it.
Yeah. Like, dog, you know, I watch trailers. I was like, if Star Wars trailer comes out, I'm like, gotta watch it.
Yeah, I watched it. I couldn't believe it. No, I really couldn't believe it.
You know what's really funny? As I was watching, I was talking about it with this guy at work, and I was like, I don't find anything in the trailer. Like, why do I give a fuck about anything they showed me? Anything. And then it's like, what is she doing? She's training again? Like, I just don't know what's going on.
Let me ask you
I
a
don't
better
even
question.
know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That trailer doesn't even tell me what's going to happen in the movie. She's going to meet Princess Leia. She's going to meet Leia, and she's going to meet Sidious. What's the plot? Is she going to fight Sidious? Is that the plot?
And then they had that scene, like, her and Kylo, like, destroyed something. It was like a suit. It was either, I'm thinking, like, the shrine to Darth Vader, or maybe it was, like, Kylo Ren's suit. It was just a black suit.
Yeah, it was
It was something like that. That's what I think it was, but I don't fucking know. Luke's talking, like,
and they're fighting and they break that. Are they fighting each other, or do they
think it's like
collectively?
some sort of an illusion. Just like the Rey having a red lightsaber in the fucking hood. I think that's another. It's gonna be like an illusion of some sort.
What
they're
the
not gonna
fuck?
Not gonna turn Rey bad.
And then they have the Star
should, though.
Destroyers. They have the Star Destroyers coming out of like ice.
You know what's funny though? I know it's stupid, But that was dope. That was dope. It looked dope as shit.
Oh, yeah,
It
it looked
come
dope
out,
as
and I was
fuck,
like, oh,
yeah.
fuck. But I don't.
But
why
how does
did the
that
start?
make sense?
Sidious is back. And
What
they're
do you
about
mean,
to,
though?
They're saying he's literally gonna be back. Like, he's back in the movie. And then his dialogue that he's saying in the movie, like, that wasn't from anything else. He's talking about Kylo and Rey, like, he's waited so long and now they're coming together, like, at the same time.
That's pathetic.
If you're gonna fuck around with Star Wars, right?
That's pathetic.
You're literally gonna ruin everything before it. Everything before it. You're telling me, like, Darth Vader sacrificed his fucking life. He picked this motherfucker up, threw him over. You're telling me he's alive? He stayed alive by some. So what's that mean about Anakin's sacrifice? Rise of Skywalker. Who the fuck's a Skywalker? Is Rey gonna be a Skywalker?
Who cares?
I don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know why I'm gonna see this movie.
I
The
told my
trailers
dad-
are making me more confused. I'm like, I don't understand.
Dude, I had a conversation with my dad about it. And I was like, he watched some video, and I'm like, Dad, you gotta not watch this movie. I'm like, this movie's gonna be garbage. I'm like, they're just taking your money because you're a fan of Star Wars. That's it. Because he used to tell me all the time, just like it used to tell me, he'd be like, well, I gotta see it because it's Star Wars. It's the next episode. I have to see how it ends. That's what my dad always used to say. He watched that last trailer, and I'm like, Dad, you can't tell me you're going to see this movie. You can't tell me you're going to spend $12 to go to the movie to theaters to see this. He's like, no, I can't do it. He's like, I can't. He's like, this is ridiculous. Like this, it's reached a point now where it's pathetic. It's pathetic. You guys
doesn't
are
make
bringing
any sense.
Sidious back?
That is the worst possible fucking idea. They're desperate. They're just desperate. Like, oh, you know what you guys would probably like if Sidious came back. It's like, no, we wouldn't. Like, that
No.
story's done. We wanted to see Snoke.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
we
what we wanted to see. And I almost feel like, is it completely J.J. Abrams' fault? I don't think completely. It's Rian Johnson. He doesn't know what to do with this movie. But then at the same time, it's like, J.J. Abrams, why did you decide to even accept the offer to come back and do the last movie?
Yeah, I would have told him
Why?
no.
Because he wasn't. Colin Trevorrow was signed. I believe was signed on to do the third. There was going to be 3 different directors.
I would have told him no. I ain't coming back after what you did. No. Why don't have me just do all 3 movies? Don't take me out, then want me to come back to this shit. You fucked up what I had. I would have never came back.
And J.J. Abrams can't possibly. I mean, he must think. But like, how could he possibly think that he's going to be able to force correct?
He could.
Shit.
He could if Rey just woke up and it was all a dream.
They don't have. They don't have testicles.
No, they don't have the balls to do that. But I understand. Like, it's possible. Like, they could retcon everything that happened in Last Jedi.
That would be insane. That would be the studio recognizing that movie destroyed Star Wars.
Yep. And then that would bring Star Wars back up, and they
Going
would be
forward.
Yeah, yeah. And they could even have another episode. They could abandon The Last Jedi, pretend like it never happened, make this episode, then make another episode after that, and have it be the end.
And what
know?
Last Jedi, like, people who don't like the movie, who's going to complain about that?
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Or you guys want to just forget about it? All right, let's do that. Like,
Yeah.
let's pretend we didn't see that shit.
Yeah, that would have been fine. And then the space horses. First of all, I don't think we've ever seen horses in Star Wars before.
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know they exist in Star Wars.
I mean, I'm sure they like have to. You go to different planets and galaxies and all that. Star Wars is like there's got to be horses somewhere. I don't think we've ever seen them, but I mean, there's got to be horses somewhere. You know?
I mean, I guess so.
Space horses?
We've never seen them.
No, we haven't.
We haven't seen them in the Old Republic, not the games, not the comics, not any of the movies. No mention of horses. Horses? Like, there's usually
Space horses.
There's usually beings that resemble a horse. Like, Kashyyyk has many creatures on it, not a horse. Like, you understand what I'm saying? There's
No,
there's
I
not
do.
earthly except for humans.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no dolphins. There's no sharks. There's no
Yeah, not that we know of. No.
No.
And then it's weird to show that in a newer movie.
like an earthly being, a horse, an actual horse, like galloping in Star Wars.
Space horse.
Space horse, I
Get it
guess.
right.
I don't understand that.
Okay.
No,
they're
like,
just trying to add
really
new.
didn't
They're
get
just
that.
trying to add new aliens, new creatures.
Well, yeah,
and,
but like add an alien.
yeah,
Like, don't put
which
a
they
horse.
did. Which they did. They added some new aliens.
Oh, they added a whole bunch of. They always add some kind of aliens, and that's good. But a horse, wait, and not even
Space
that.
horse.
We're talking cavalry. We're talking not just a horse that we saw. We're talking men riding horses in Star Wars.
I don't give a fuck.
That one's
I
low,
already
too,
don't really, because I gave a fuck. I liked Force Awakens. I did. I've seen that movie tons of times. Like, I liked Rey. I was like, I want to see what goes on in her future. After Last Jedi, I'm like, I don't really give a fuck anymore. And then the story with Poe and Finn, I give a fuck even less, though. It's crazy. The story where they had, like, first off, Poe, I feel like they ruined his character in Last Jedi. He was just a fuckhead.
Yeah.
He just fucked everything up. Like, I just didn't like him. And then they had Finn go off with Rose on this mission that I just didn't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
That was some of the worst parts of that movie.
Yeah.
Was that whole thing that went down. I was like, what are we? I was bored. I'm watching a Star Wars movie and I'm bored. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we have Rose back in the new trailer.
Mm-hmm.
What is the importance of her character?
I don't know.
What is it? I don't get. If she wasn't in this movie, I'd forget about her entirely. Until someone brings up The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, how they even walked away, how they survived. Like when she crashed into him with the laser and they both land in front of all those AT-ATs. Like there's a lineup of them. And like one of them would have looked down and just blew them to pieces. How do you mean to tell me they got up and ran through the desert all the way back to the base?
Just that whole, everything that happened in that like 20 minutes of everything that was going down, that was when I realized there was no recovery and they completely ruined it.
Yeah.
And it was when Luke shows up and I'm like, all right, like I wanted to see this, and then it happens and I'm like
you got to be kidding me.
Oh my god.
And then if Luke's gone, it's like
he's going to be a Force ghost and he's probably going to train Rey. That's what I think.
That's so bad, though.
It's so bad. That's
why
what I
did
don't
he do...
understand. Like, J.J. Abrams, it's not like he makes terrible movies. Like,
no.
I don't get why he's...
Like, why are you following this guy?
He's completely just like, yeah, Star Wars fans, you guys like this, you like this character, let's do this. Like, no.
Like, this is bad. Like, Luke should be alive.
He should. And he should have trained Rey thoroughly.
Exactly.
Like Yoda did to him.
Yeah.
That's how it should happen.
Exactly. Like, okay, so he sacks himself and then he comes back as a Force ghost? Why sack yourself? Why? He wasn't injured. Why just go into the Force? Why not just train her? You don't have to die. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't make any
sense. It just got
sense.
progressively worse as that fucking movie. We've talked about it so many times on this podcast. Like,
yeah.
I can't fuck with that movie. I can't.
No. Yeah, and the new trailer, Sidious coming back though. Like I thought he would just kind of be like a voice, and maybe they would find like the like remains of some ship or something, and he would kind of be residing there.
What's with that Death Star? It's like it crashed in. Which Death Star is that?
I have no idea.
I might have either I have it fucked up or they have it fucked up. It could be either one.
No, they have it fucked up because both Death Stars blew up.
Like completely blew up?
Entirely blew up, yes.
Jesus Christ. And they're saying, like, because towards the end of the trailer, they show something walking and it has, like, a robe. And online, everyone's, that's Sidious.
Yeah, that shot of him coming closer to Rey, it looks like he's, like, floating on something. Yeah, that's Sidious. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, there is a comic book strip that says that he cloned himself.
Yeah. And then in the Battlefront 2, he was in the... There was like the robot version of him. Remember that?
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you know what I'm
that
talking
wasn't.
about?
Well, that wasn't him. That was a messenger plot.
Oh, that was just a messenger?
Yeah, and it would show up.
I didn't play the game because the first one sucked so much, so that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. It was a bot sending a message, and he would come through on the fucking thing. But, yeah, no, I just can't believe Sidious is going to be in it instead of Snoke. And I can't believe J.J. Abrams is moving forward with it. And, I mean, it has 20 million views on YouTube. The other ones have, like, the first one, Force Awakens, 87 million views.
I'm sure. That was huge. That was huge.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, describe
that was
how
crazy.
Excited I was.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, oh, and then that first trailer, and Kylo Ren's, and, like, it's all snowy, and he pulls out the lights. I was like, this is going to be incredible.
Yeah,
it's going to be
and
incredible. I really liked it. I like The Force Awakens.
Well,
There's a lot of people who don't like it, and a lot of people say it's just A New Hope, and it's like,
That's
okay,
what
I
it
get
is.
that.
That's what it is.
I get that.
Yeah.
It played it really, really safe.
Yeah,
Really
it is A New Hope, and the movie's kind of just, it's just not, it doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like a genuine Star Wars movie. It feels like it just feels like A New Hope, but literally, it's just like they replaced the names of the characters, they replaced the names of the planets, and they kept the same plot, and it's the exact same thing, and I don't like that, but I enjoyed it because it was new, but more importantly, it was going somewhere.
And
it was going
and it had
somewhere.
respect for Star Wars. That's
Yes.
what J.J. Abrams, like, you could tell this was made by a fan.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
loved Star Wars.
Yeah.
He had the greatest time of his life. And that's,
Yeah.
that's probably why he came back. He wants
Yep.
to do, but it's just
This
like, man,
is
you got to think
bad.
about it. Like, you got to think about it. Can it be better than Last Jedi? Yeah. Because Last Jedi, to me, is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm still going to go see it. I'm going to go see it.
Oh.
And we'll see. I just have this urge within me. I just have to know how they're about to end the Skywalker saga. Like, I know it's not going to go over well, but I have to see it die. Basically, just finally that.
Well, you could see it die. I'm gonna see it at some point in my life, I'm sure, but
Well,
not
I got
in
AMC
theaters.
list. I can just fucking.
Not in theaters. I'm not giving them money. I'm not giving them my ticket. I'm not going to the theaters to be like,
And I don't
look
blame
at,
you
look
for
at
that.
where our box office hits are.
don't
Like,
blame you
no,
for that at
dog.
all.
Like, you just destroyed the whole franchise. I'm not gonna support that at all. I'll watch it when I come over one time and you're playing it on fucking TV or something. I'm not gonna go to the theaters. And then waste my time to be like, all right, the 2 hours and a half it takes for me to fucking drive down to, you know what I mean? Like, I got to think of that. Like, thinking about,
And it's the longest Star Wars movie, like as of
what is
now.
it, 3 hours long?
It's close to 3 hours, I believe. But it's
I'm not
clocking
suffering
in. It's
through
the
that.
longest one.
I'm not
And it's
suffering
clocking in as the longest one because J.J. Abrams got to be like, all right, so I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to try to do, like, 2 movies in one. They should have just let J.J. Abrams just go through, like, with it.
Yeah.
The only thing I have excitement for, and I don't even know why, because we've never seen them, but I really want to see the Knights of Ren, and I know they're actually in this movie.
Yeah, but how much?
I don't know. I just want to see the motherfuckers, and I'm hoping a nice amount. We'll see.
What's the conflict?
I don't know.
Rey
I
is
want to know
trying
more
to-
about fuck Ray. I'm talking about Knights of Ren.
No, I know, but like the conflict is Rey trying to fight the Knights of Ren and
No,
Kylo Ren.
No, the conflict is going to be something with Sidious and Rey. Like, Sidious wants Rey for some reason, and apparently Kylo too. And I think they're going to try to redeem Kylo Ren. I solidly think they're going to try to redeem Kylo Ren. I think they're going to try to do it. I think he's going to turn good towards the end. You know what? I don't give a fuck. You killed Han Solo, you're a bad guy. You can't. That's not.
This is so bad. I can't
It's
even
so
believe
bad.
it.
I can't believe where Star Wars has gone.
I heard they're still filming it.
What?
Star Wars.
Like the newest
The
episode?
latest one, yeah. I heard it's not done filming.
They need to fucking wrap it up.
I heard
It's
they
coming
had.
out in a couple
I
months.
heard they had like 5 or 6 different endings, and they're trying to figure out which one to put.
That's when you know. You have no idea how to end it. No
Yeah.
idea.
Like they keep getting the actors to come back to film a little bit more, and then they'll leave, and then they'll come back and film a little bit more, and then they'll leave, and they'll come back and film a little bit more, and they're trying to figure out which one they want to go with, and it's not even. It comes out in a couple months, and it's not even done yet. That's what I heard. Oh, it comes out next month. Oh no, yeah, 2 months from now, or something like that.
I feel as though the Han Solo movie, that was the moment I realized that Disney was completely just. They had no idea what they were doing.
Just fucked.
I went and saw that movie, and through the movie, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm sitting here watching a Star Wars movie, and I literally can't wait for it to end. I just want to leave. I don't care about this movie. And I
Well,
wanted
Doc, what
to.
if you
I
feel that way
wanted to.
about the Sega? About the next one?
Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably will. I just have to see it die, you know? I got to go to the funeral and pay my respects to the Star Wars. Well, I'm not going to say the Star Wars franchise because we can get away from that and do other things. But the Skywalker saga, that they're ruining that, which I mean, arguably is Star Wars. But Star Wars is so much bigger where there can be other material that I'm going to get into.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Like Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes out in like 3
And
weeks.
the Jedi game, the Fallen Order game.
I'm more excited for Jedi Fallen Order than I am Rise of Skywalker.
Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
That's insane.
Yeah. It shouldn't be like that, but
No.
What are you gonna do? You might as well hit.
How long did we?
I was about to say you might as well
I
hit
didn't
start
even have
on
the
that.
fucking timer on.
I don't know. I don't know.
What else? What else happened?
That's too far away to look at. Call of Duty game.
Oh yeah, fuck. You know what's so weird? I see so many people are playing. So many people are playing it. It's still a loved game, and sometimes I kind of miss it. I think about it, and I'm like, I miss the old times doing it. But I know if I buy this game, I'm just gonna be like, another.
I know what you mean.
I feel like I just kept buying the same game over and over with different maps and a different story, different guns.
Yeah.
But it was the same exact game.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I did it for a while. You know, I played every Call of Duty game that came out. Like, everyone was playing it. Everyone's still playing it. But I just can't do it anymore. I don't care. I don't even care how good the trailer looks. I don't give a fuck. Like, the trailers are always bomb. You know? But I'm just like, no. I'm at that point where it has to be something. Now for me to even really play a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Death Stranding.
Well, we'll see about Death Stranding. I can't say that I'm just 100% on board with Death Stranding because...
Are you getting it the day it comes out, or are you going to wait for...
No, I'm going to wait.
You're
I'm
going to
going to wait and see what people say.
I gotta fucking...
You know what I mean? Because, yeah, there's a lot going on in Death Stranding, but I don't know if I'm going to like it, dog. Like, I have to wait for the reviews. Like, I seen him running around... putting ladders down and going out on an adventure, and I see the black shit going on. I can't say that I have to get this game before the reviews come in. It's like it's too off the wall. It's too random. Which could be
I'm really hoping the story
I'm hoping the story's gonna be good, but it's really a good thing that a game is like that. It's really a good thing that a game is so off the wall and so taboo that me have been playing games for over a decade and a half or something. I'm genuinely
is out there.
Genuinely like intrigued by the game and really, really don't know how it's going to play. Even after watching gameplay, I really don't know how it's going to play out. You know, that's something to be said.
I think that's
you know?
something that a lot of people feel, honestly, from what we've been given. I've seen pretty much everything that's come out about it. And I'm like...
And I like what I've seen.
I kind of know what's going on, but like at the same time, I know that I really don't have any idea.
I understand what the premise is, and I understand what's going on. I just don't know how it's going to play. Like, how is it going to play the entire time? Like, am I going to spend 20, 25 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours in this game?
That's something I wanted to bring up. Like, that's one of my worries. Is that even if it's really good, like, I have a feeling it's going to be a really long game. And it's like, how long will I actually indulge in the game? You know what I mean? Like,
how big is the map? What are all the things I could do? I need to know. Like, someone needs to play it for a long time and then tell me what's in the game so I can be like, oh, that's what I'm going to be doing in the game. Because you can't tell me that I'm going to be running around putting ladders down and, like, creeping through woods to dodge the ghosts for 25 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's got to be more to this game.
I don't mind doing that.
I don't mind doing that, but I'm not
like,
going to fucking...
That's the whole... I'm hoping there's more.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, I have to wait.
Yeah, maybe I should wait for that.
I have to wait to see what's going on, because I don't know, dog. I don't know shit.
I'm not waiting for Jedi Fallen Order, though. I just don't give a fuck. I just know... I said this on the other episode. Like, even if it's not the greatest game, I know for a fact, me, myself, I'm going to have a good time playing it. The gameplay looks fun. You know what I mean? The story's bullshit. All right, well, whatever. I'll have a good time. And I can't imagine it's... Well, I don't know. They are saying it's going to be a lot bigger than I thought. Because I was about to say I can't imagine it to be that long, but who knows?
They said it was going to be bigger. You know, it's going to be a punch to EA. EA's going to eat shit on this one. You know, especially if this game takes off. Let's say this game goes fucking platinum hits, right? Sells millions and millions of copies. Well, it's EA, so they have like the biggest platform, and it's Star Wars. So they already know they're going to sell a lot, but like
yeah, because they make money off Battlefront and Battlefront too.
Exactly, but like all the controversy around Battlefront, the first one, how barren and no content the game had,
so bad.
The second one, when the game got banned in like Australia, New Zealand because they considered it like gambling.
Really?
They tried to
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they tried to go at Disney for it. They were like, you can't put this in our game, and blah, blah, blah. Like countries were like, yo, this is illegal. We're not going to have your game here. So Disney had to crack down on EA because they own Star Wars and they're letting them do the game. So they said, hey, listen, you need to take those loot boxes out of there. You just have to, because these countries are banning our game and they're saying that it's gambling. And now it's going to be rated M because it's 18 and older because you're putting your money in and whatever.
Crazy.
So he's like, we got to change the whole thing up. And because of that controversy, Battlefront 2 went downhill like a motherfucker. Like, the player base just dropped off like you wouldn't believe. Well, not only that controversy, there was a lot of other things. I mean, you paid to win. That was a problem. So EA's been in hot water for a long time. Then Battlefield 5 came out. Battlefield 5 was a fucking where they put the blonde girl on the cut. Like, they ate shit on that. On those 2 titles. I'm sorry, 3 titles. So the last 3 games they put out, 8 absolute. Oh, no, because they put out Battlefield 1 after Battlefront.
Right, and that game did very well.
Game did pretty good. That was a solid game. But other than that, it's been shit. As far as Star Wars is concerned, and
it's like
DICE,
shit, good, shit,
yeah, exactly.
Shit.
So with this game, if it succeeds, what is EA going to do? What are they going to do? Because they can't put out, like, they don't know how to put out that type of game. They don't understand how that works. It's a miracle how this game even came to be, because it's a Star Wars game. Think about this, right? It's a single-action Star Wars game with no microtransactions and no multiplayer.
Just single-player story.
From EA games.
That is weird. That is weird. And that's the very thing that attracted me to the game.
Exactly.
Like, this sounds like something.
It's damn near impossible. Cool. Like, EA never does that. They never do that. So the fact that they did it this one time, if this sells millions and millions and millions of copies, they're going to be like, well, what the fuck do we do now? Because we're all
maybe they need to sit down and think. You know what I mean? Like, what did we do right on this one?
But that's the thing. They don't think like that.
They're thinking money.
Exactly.
Money.
So if they have a Fallen Order 2, which I'm sure they would if the first one's successful.
100%.
100%. EA is going to do that
really well. Even if it does pretty well, I think they might do another one.
They're going to want to put multiplayer in it. They're going to want to put microtrans. You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, it's a miracle how we got this. And then that's the dagger. That's what's going to clip EA. Like, I think that's going to be the last thing. That's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. They're going to put this game out. It's going to blow up. And they're going to be like, oh, people like the Fallen Order. Let's have a second one. And they're going to fuck it all the way up. And then the next game that come out, they're going to fuck it all the way up because they can't. And then people are going to be like, oh, you put out the last of the Fallen Order, and that was tit. And now you're putting out shit. Like, I'm not going to buy
somebody
this.
else do a Star Wars game. You know what would be? Oh my god, I think it would be one of the best games if it was like something kind of like Skyrim, just this open world, and you pick your own Jedi, and it takes place like in the Old Republic.
Oh yeah,
like that. Oh my god,
they have that. That's the Old Republic MMORPG.
It is an MMORPG.
Yeah. You go out there. It's an RPG game. You pick a Jedi. It takes place in the Old Republic.
They
Everything
didn't do
you just
that
said is in it.
They didn't do that now. Who did the Old Republic game?
BioWare, which got bought out by EA. So they ended up making that Mass Effect Andromeda game. It ended up being garbage because EA doesn't know how to make it. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to make it. Mass Effect Andromeda, yeah, it's supposed to be a single-player, story-driven, no multiplayer, just straight fucking story, explore the galaxy type. EA fucked it all the way to hell. The game just plummeted. They stopped making Mass Effect games after that. They said, all right, we're done. We're not even going to try it again. They put the shit on back. Dead Space, same thing.
I was just about to say that, Dead Space 3.
Yeah,
yep.
They did the same thing. And now Jedi Fallen Order, we have this game. It's coming out, and it's almost like it was impervious to EA's bullshit. Somehow, studio executives didn't get in the room and say, we need this, and
they
this.
Just said, fuck
they
it.
just let them do it. Mm-hmm. So if they let them do it, it's going to be successful. But they can't. I don't know how it happened. But that condition, whatever it is that happened, I don't think it's going to happen again. I think they're going to make another game and be like, well, we need to put in this and that. And they're going to...
Same thing happens with movie studios.
Same thing.
They'll do really good on the first one, and then second one comes, and it's like...
The executives
you can tell
get involved.
The studio is getting in there.
And then people lose the trust. They say, well, Doug, you gave us Fallen Order, and now... Like, I'm not going to take... You've raised the expectation. You've raised the bar because you gave me a dope... So now, if you give me shit, I'm just gonna keep comparing it to the. Why don't you just do what you did the first time? But I'm telling you,
they're just making money no matter what. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
As long as they're collecting that money, they don't give a fuck.
And that's the problem. So I think it's gonna be
same thing with Disney and Star Wars.
Yeah, same thing.
Same exact thing.
And the Disney
collect
the Disneyland thing, the Disney World thing, the Galaxy's Edge. Like, no I guarantee you no true Star Wars fan was in charge of making that. Not one. Not one.
Everything's so industry. God, George Lucas, man.
Poor bastard.
You know what I mean? Like, the prequels, say what you want about the prequels, but the storytelling that George Lucas can do and the world building is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because he didn't direct, Empire Strikes Back, right? Yeah, he didn't direct that, but he was still,
so.
he came up with the story.
Yeah.
And he had someone else direct it. And Empire Strikes Back is a great movie.
One of the greatest Star Wars movies ever made.
And that's what they should have did.
Yeah.
Stick to his stories. Let him be involved. You can't... What the fuck? It's silly to even think about it. You're going to have Star Wars movies without George Lucas involved at all?
I know.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
And you know,
terrible.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when we had that conversation a couple podcasts ago where I'm like, we shouldn't even be this hype about this dumb shit. Because if you really divide between people who are making product for the money and actual artists and designers, you could tell what is actually successful and what is actually good media and what is not. And then it's like, okay, I know for a fact, and I'm sure you do too, that the Star Wars ever since The Force Awakens has just been for money. That's it. Like, The Last Jedi was this political thing they wanted to push to get more people in the seats to representation. Yeah, Rogue One. Oh, yeah, they did have Rogue One.
They did do, and they had a fan make the movie. I can't remember his name, but he's the same guy who directed the first Godzilla.
Well, that kind of proves my point then. It's like, it's not... You could tell the difference between when they're trying to make money and when they're not, you know?
Right.
I mean, I guess Rogue One came after Last Jedi?
Rogue One came before Last Jedi.
Oh, before Last Jedi.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was the year before. It was like Force Awakens, Rogue One, which is so crazy. I didn't give a fuck about I heard about Rogue One. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And then saw the first trailer. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And then I think it was the second trailer. They showed Darth Vader, and I'm like, I'm solely just gonna go see this movie just because I know Darth Vader's in it at some point.
Yeah,
and it ended up being a great
one of the greatest Star Wars movies. Yeah, in my opinion, it was. Yeah. So you could just kind of tell. And it's like,
and Mandalorian's being another one being made by fans. That's why I have the guy who is involved, who makes Rebels, Clone Wars, guys who's involved with all that. He's involved in the Mandalorian, and then Jon Favreau is a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could just tell. Same with Marvel. It's like you could tell, like, the whole Iron Man, Captain America, that way Endgame ended. Like, you could tell contracts are up, things were moving around, so they fucked the movie up with it. You know what I mean? It's like, and then that's what you can't appreciate. You can't get indulged in that type of media. It's like, I like it, and that's why I drop things. Like, I don't watch The Walking Dead anymore. Like, I don't watch Star Wars anymore.
I hold on to things so long, you know what I mean? Like, I did end up dropping Walking Dead. I can't believe it's even still going.
Me neither.
And I can't tell you how many times I'm scrolling through Facebook and I read the same article headline. Walking Dead episode has series low, like, out of the whole series. I see that, dude, I see that every couple weeks. I swear to God. It just gets lower and lower and lower. No one gives a fuck about it. It got so bad. It got so bad.
And I can't watch it. I follow writers and directors and creative people who make good media. I don't follow the product. You know, it's Star Wars, but if you don't have the people who made Star Wars behind it, if you don't have people that like Star Wars behind it, I'm not going to watch it. I like to watch the people who came up with this
like
shit.
J.J. Abrams with Force Awakens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Completely apparent. This man is a fan of Star Wars.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think he made a great movie, but he was a fan of Star Wars. He didn't disrespect the universe at all. And you could tell when you watch it, and you can appreciate that movie for what it is.
Kevin Feige, for most of his career doing the MCU, there were so many things that happened in the MCU, that stories that would come out that was like, he is a fan. He's like, this is going to happen. No, you can't do this. Like, and then business. It's all business now. Now he's taking over the shows. The guy that he didn't like, he's out now. And now Kevin Feige's doing it all. And it's like...
And the feminist thing. And the political agenda.
And then now he's a producer on Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's going to be producing something there. It's like...
The forced
Kevin
diversity.
Feige, what happened to you? Because that man, I would see him on interviews and like come on stage, and I would look at him like, this is the guy. This is the guy. Like, one of the biggest fans. You know what I mean? And he didn't really steer me wrong at all.
Right.
Like, Iron Man 2 was a bad movie, but that's not really Kevin Feige's fault, you know?
Right.
Like, he oversees what's going to happen, but not really completely how the
he
story
doesn't direct the movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yep. So, Yeah, you could just tell when it's bullshit and when it's actually about something. When someone's actually really behind it and they really care about what they're making.
And that's so apparent with any type of movie.
Any media,
Joker.
music, fucking Joker.
Like
yeah.
this guy, like Todd Phillips, was passionate about the story he was going to do.
Yeah.
And you can just see that.
Yeah.
And then you can even see Joaquin Phoenix was passionate about the character.
Yeah.
Because he was hesitant. I read that he was hesitant to do it. Obviously, a lot of actors do get hesitant to these big roles. Like even Robert Pattinson, which I couldn't think of his name on the last episode. You remember that?
Yep.
Robert Pattinson was skeptical. He was like, "Oh, I don't know."
That's a big role.
Yeah, it is a huge role. Joker, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, those are huge roles.
Yeah. So, yeah, you could tell. And I mean, like I said, I don't follow the media. I really don't. Like the Telltale series of The Walking Dead. Like when I was heard that it wasn't going to be by the same developers and the team they went bankrupt and they sold all their shit and they were going to still make the last season and it was going to get passed off to a different development team. I'm like, well, you're going to fuck it up then. Like, I followed Clementine all the way to the end, but if you guys aren't making it, then what do I care? I care about the people who come up with it.
Literally.
Not, if it's like, oh, yeah, no, you and I come up with all this shit, and let's just say, like, we had a bunch of people that watch us, they like us, they want to, subscribe, they watch all the videos and shit like that. And then we're just gone. Like, we just have,
two other people come on and it's the power button. Yeah.
People are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Are they going to just follow it because it's the power button?
Yeah, because everyone was skeptical when George Lucas wasn't going to be doing Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
But then, the trailer came out, and then Force Awakens, that gave hope, like, okay, maybe this could be something really good.
Nope. Ended up being shit.
God damn it. How much time we got left?
I don't know. I can't
never
tell.
read it.
I can't read it. You're going to have to get up and look at it. It's
get
probably
up and
like
read it.
40-something minutes.
Accurate.
What is it?
42.
42, yeah.
Yo, Terminator reviews.
I heard it was tit.
I've read multiple reviews that said it's the best Terminator movie since Terminator 2.
That's impossible. Well, actually, I don't know.
Because, dude, I love Salvation. I didn't know it had a 20-something on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
Salvation.
Really?
Terminator Salvation. I did not know that.
Wow.
That's like the first time I ever saw a wicked low score for a movie on Rotten Tomatoes, and it actually, I was like, what? Wait a minute. You're telling me people actually don't like... I knew some people didn't, but I didn't think 20%.
Yeah, I knew people didn't like that movie. I knew people had a problem with that movie, but I didn't know it was like shit.
Yeah. So, but, I'm going to go see it next week. We'll see. We'll see. Because what's his name? Director of Deadpool, Tim Miller, he's directing that. And then remember I was talking about Junkie XL?
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying the score is fire, and I was like, who does the score? Junkie XL is doing a score for
Well,
Terminator.
I just don't see how that movie's going to be good, though.
Me neither. That's what I do. I was like, this movie isn't going to be good. I've been saying it since day one, every trailer I saw. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll see this at some point, but
that just looks like a bad movie.
Exactly. And then people are actually, and people I watch and I respect their opinions. They're like, yeah, this movie's really good. First Terminator to be rated R since the, third one or second one?
I guess. I mean, sure.
Get back to that blood shit. Because that scene, you see that scene where the bad Terminators, he's got these knives coming out of his body while he's walking and all these guards are trying to stop him. He's just killing everyone.
Oh, yeah.
That looks so crazy.
I like when he just shot the shit out of his face. Arnold Schwarzenegger pulls that gun and he just fucking unloads on his face.
Back up.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess if the movie's going to be fire, I just don't see.
So, I want to, I get hope for these Terminator movies, but then after Genesis, it was like, God.
Yeah.
God. And then they're trying to, people are saying it's good, but they're trying to back this movie up with, James Cameron back to produce, blah, blah. He produced Genesis. They did the same thing with Genesis. They're like, James Cameron is back to be a producer.
Right.
What does that mean? Because
Doesn't
Genesis
really.
was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Genesis wasn't good. Terminator 3 wasn't good.
No.
And Salvation, I really liked it. Maybe it wasn't good, but I really liked it.
I really liked it too.
You know, so the
That's
first
gotta be
two
one of those
and-
movies I guess is really badly received that
I just like.
I really like
Yeah.
Salvation.
So the first two and then Salvation I like, and then Genesis was a flop, and then the third one wasn't good. I watched it as a kid, so I enjoyed
It's
it.
probably while they're retconning everything.
Yeah, exactly.
This one takes place right after T2. But that's the thing that is like yeah, I gotta go see this movie.
But
I gotta
they've
see what
already-
you guys are talking about because it retcons everything after T2, and they're saying it's the best one since T2. And it's
That's
like,
impossible.
what do you mean? What is
no.
going? What is the
Even
story?
look
the
at the
trailer does
plot.
not look good.
No, it's just Terminator coming for old
It's
Sarah
the same
Connor
thing we've
and the two.
seen.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like anything new. I mean, I'm sure there'll be little new things like
right?
more world building, but
I just don't see how it's better than Salvation.
I gotta see what people are talking about.
I don't
Maybe
know.
maybe the story's not that good and just the action's really good or something. I don't fucking know. No, it can't be because the action in Genesis, there was really good action.
That was the
in
only
that.
good part
I
about the
don't know.
movie.
I don't know what is making people say this, and it's a vast majority of people.
I don't get
It's
it.
insane to me. Insane to me because I see the trailer and I'm like, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger's back. He's old.
Yeah,
Like, you bring back
exactly. It's like,
Linda
whatever.
Hamilton. You got John Connor's coming back. Same
Yeah.
one who played him.
You have that corny "I'll be back" line that you always put in every single Terminator
Mm-hmm.
movie, as if it's like, why do they do that? Why do they put that in every turn except for Salvation? They put that in.
Was it
"I'll
in
be
there at
back."
all?
Oh, I think Christian Bale might have said it, but
I feel like every Terminator movie they got to make a fucking point to say.
yeah, I think Christian Bale might have said
somebody
it.
probably.
But
said it in
but I don't
Salvation.
remember it being like a
thing, something that popped.
like a prominent thing. Same in Terminator 2. I don't remember it being like a prominent.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
When does he say that?
He said, I can't remember what the fuck. What was it? He does say it in Terminator 2.
Huh.
I was gonna say I feel like he's holding the shotgun, but I feel like he was holding that shotgun for a lot of that movie. I'll be back, and he definitely said "I'll be back" in that because I knew the phrase "I'll be back" and I never seen the first Terminator.
Well, it doesn't.
Well,
mean
I
much.
mean now I've seen it, but like
Well, yeah, but everyone knows that. Like, I knew "I'll be back" before I think I even watched any Terminator movie. You know, it's almost like "Get to the Chopper." Like, I knew that before I watched Predator.
yeah, I guess
know?
you're right. Yeah, because I took a long time to see Predator and I knew that line.
Yeah, it's like those
But I'm
lines get
almost
around.
positive it was in Terminator 2.
It was in Terminator 3. I'm sure it was.
I don't know. I don't know, but I can just picture the Arnold from Terminator 2 Judgment Day saying it. Like I can see it in my head.
I just think it's played out
Oh, of
way like
course.
crazy.
Of course.
Like, do people really like it? I don't. Like, no, seriously, do
ultimate
people
question.
like they really like it when they say
I
that?
don't think so.
Because it's just a call back to the first one, and it's corny now. You've said it so many times for so many. Why don't you come up with something new? Why don't you come up with a new quote someone can say? Why you keep saying the same thing? Like in the Genesis, "I'll be back," and he jumps out of the helicopter. I like the scene. He jumps out of the helicopter. He just fucking lands into that other one. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. He has to say, "I'll be back," and then Sarah Connor, "Oh, I'll be back," throws a grenade over the fucking. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys! Like you really
And it's just I'll be back. It's not like it's yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
yeah.
You know what
and
I
then
mean?
the
At least
whole
that's
thing,
dope.
the whole reason why "I'll be back" was dope was because it was in the first one, and the way he just comes in the police office, he's just like, "I'll be back," you know. He drives his fucking car inside. Like, that's what made that scene. You can't just fucking say that whenever and expect people to think that it's just as dope as the
Yeah,
first time you
yeah.
said it. It's like they just the studio just really. They just really don't get it. I don't know what the fuck they think. They think people are stupid, really. That's the problem. They think people are stupid.
It's because if they see money, they're like, we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
That's the mindset.
Yeah, but that's the problem because they'll get a lot of money, like Batman versus Superman, but then it ends up that doesn't flop, but it ends up getting cut down all the way.
That's a special one. That's a special one that goes in like the Last Jedi pile. You know, like it made over $1 billion. Although I didn't hate Batman vs Superman. I was just very underwhelmed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna get something else, and it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
right.
But like, there were scenes that I loved.
Yeah,
Like I loved Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought he did
the
great.
rated R version was tit.
It was great.
3-hour rated
The
R
Ultimate
version.
Edition. Yeah, it brought it from like for me like a 4 to like a 7. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
It
Like,
actually made it like
so much
good
better.
and watchable. Yeah,
You could tell
yeah.
the studio must have went in there and was like, all right, we gotta cut this, we gotta
Yep.
cut this down, and you
Made
give
a
like the
shitty movie.
director's version, and it's great.
Yep.
Zack Snyder's coming back. Finally, he's been off. He hasn't been doing much after his daughter died. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think she committed suicide.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's coming back doing a movie called Army of the Dead. And it's gonna be like a zombie flick.
Army of the Dead, Evil Dead.
It sounds like it's Evil Dead, but it's not. It's something different. Because that's what I thought. I was like Army of the Dead, like Evil Dead, but no, it's something different.
Huh. Evil Dead 2 is called Army of... No, it's called Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to say, I'm like, no, it's Army of something else. Army of Darkness. Yeah,
that's
Army of the
weird.
Dead. Like,
I don't really fuck with Zack Snyder, though.
Really?
He had some classics, and now it's kind of like... Well, he did do the... Yeah, he did Batman vs. Superman 3-hour version. That was actually...
Yeah. 300, Watchmen.
Batman vs. Superman, the 3-hour version.
Like,
and
I
then,
like his style. I really
I do
like
too.
his style a lot.
But the Justice League movie, like what the fuck was that?
That was a shit show. He didn't even really direct all of the movie. Joss Whedon came in,
because
remember?
he had to step out because of the whole
'Cause
thing.
his daughter died.
Yeah. No, yeah. So yeah,
that was fun because he still to this day, people talk about release the Snyder cut, and he even comes out and is like, yeah, there is like he dropped shit like that he was gonna do.
Yeah,
and I remember he dropped one of the concept arts for Dark Side, and I was like, I wish.
Yeah.
Man, like the nightmare scene in Batman vs Superman, I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Yep.
His vision, you know what I mean? His vision, I think it was going somewhere. I would have been very interested to see Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah.
And it just fell apart. And I feel bad for him because like Batman vs Superman was so poorly received.
I know.
And that really that hurt him. I know it did.
He should just step away from just go like to Marvel, do some Marvel shit. Don't do, you know what I mean?
Seriously, it brings it back to who's a fan. Ryan Johnson wasn't affected. He comes out and defends himself all the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't like Zack Snyder was hurt by the poor reception.
Yeah. Because he's a
brings
real
it back to
straight
that.
up guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think it comes down to a couple
And
things.
he did Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel.
Oh yeah, he did do Man of Steel. Yeah, I think it comes down to a couple things. I think that you have to be attached to your project. Number one, to like actually feel negative about it when someone actually like when the world critiques it and say that they don't like it, that this is a bad movie, and you're attached to it. You have to actually be attached to it in order to feel something for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the other one is just being a man. Like just being a man. It's like if you put this project out and the world doesn't like it, you need to come to terms and you need to find some sort of common ground. You can't just backhand everybody that says they don't like your movie. Like you can't come off like you're perfect and your movie was perfect.
I mean, Zack Snyder's response, I guess, would be the ultimate edition of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Because that's the director's cut, like
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah, and what he said, like if he's upset about it, he should be upset about the theatrical version. That wasn't technically his movie
It was
all the
cut
way.
so weird.
Yeah,
The whole editing of the movie was like, we're all over the place here.
and he's not just stepping on fans who are asking genuine questions. Like if you try to go on like Twitter, for example, like you can look at Ryan Johnson's stream of bullshit that people say like he was trying to say something about Snoke and someone completely debunked everything that he said. Every decision he made regarding Snoke, someone debunked it on Twitter. He's just like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, dude, like you at the end of the day, you just need to be like, all right, listen, I could have made the movie better. I might have mishandled this Star Wars movie and ruined it for a lot of people, and I understand that, you know?
I would even respect him if he straight up said, look, I wanted to subvert expectations, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have he
hell
just made
no.
it a bad thing.
Yeah.
And him just say, like, I guess I handled
Took it too far.
Exactly.
I did this
and
wrong,
I
I
would
did that wrong.
completely respect him for it.
Yeah, I'd be like,
all
okay.
right, you understand that. Like, you really fucked up.
You know what's going on. So now if you make another Star Wars movie, I'd be a little bit more interested. I'm not interested in it at all, and I still wouldn't watch it. But at least I'd have a little bit more respect and be like, oh, okay, he wants to make another one. But if he just keeps coming off like, no, my movie, there's nothing
And then
wrong with my
acting
movie,
like
and blah,
that's
blah, blah.
like
It's like
that's gonna hurt you going forward with other
with
movies.
any movie.
Although
Any
he has
movie.
that movie on Knives Out. You see the trailer for Knives Out
No.
at all? It's one of those like murder mystery whodunit films.
Oh, I think you told me about it.
Yeah, and it's getting great reviews, and it's like
I don't give a fuck.
I don't like.
I'll never
I'm
watch
upset
another
with
thing
you.
with it. Yeah, like I'm not watching another Ryan Johnson movie. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's like, dog, you the way you treated Star Wars and everyone who had a problem with Star Wars, and now you just want to make another Star Wars trilogy? Like, I'm not going to watch that. You want to make any other movie. I don't give a fuck if
when
it's
the person
whatever.
starts ruining the movie, like Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, fuck,
Like,
man.
damn, dude. Like, you care more about skin color than you do just casting a fucking, and I don't care. I don't even care. You think I care what the skin color is of the characters? I don't give a fuck if the characters are black. I don't care. I don't care.
I hate the day and age that we live in. The
It's
social
annoying,
media and
man.
everything with the... Just remember the days you'd see a trailer for a movie and be like, I'm going to go see that. And I feel like people weren't as, like, so hard on these movies. And then the studios weren't trying to do this crazy shit, like all this feminist bullshit. And
Right. Well,
just the
some
good old
movies
days.
were.
Some movies, but... Dude, now it's like everything. Shows, everything. Commercials.
Yeah.
It's like the entertainment industry.
Did you hear about that dude that's been going around where his son got taken custody? His ex-wife got custody over his son, and she's making him into a girl. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. I think I read something about that, and she told him that he's a girl. She told the little boy that.
Yeah. But yeah, you heard that?
Yeah.
Fucked up. And then that commercial with men can have periods too.
I didn't see that.
I was at work, and we looked up at the TV. Me and my boy were looking at the TV, and she's like, yeah, men can have periods too. Like, it goes up to this guy in a tuxedo. And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, dude, like, I need a douche, or I need some kind of whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. He just pulls out his suit and gives it to him. And it was like, remember, men can have periods too. And I was like, I looked at my boy. I'm like,
what does that even mean?
Doug, what are they saying? I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What does that even
What are they
mean?
talking about? What are they talking about? Like, are they're saying some transgender thing? So if you're a man and you want to be a woman, but you're still biologically a man, and you're having a period, or I'm sorry, if you're biologically a woman but you want to be a man, and then they took the feminist logo off of the female products. That one company. It's that big company that did that shit with they have, like, I don't know, pads or whatever the fuck they sell for women, and they took the female symbol off. They don't want to make it female anymore. They want to make it for men.
I don't know what happened.
Like, what the fuck?
I try to ignore it as hard as I can, too. Honestly, I just try to ignore it as hard as I can, and when it becomes a problem for me is, like, with movies and my entertainment. It's like I try to ignore all that, but then it's like even when I'm trying to enjoy myself, it's pushed in there too. God, we live in a pussy world right now.
Jesus Christ.
I wonder if it'll get any better, if it's just going to get worse.
I think it's just going to snap and then recorrect itself, and then a whole bunch of people are going to die, and it's going to be, yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, we're going to cut it. Well, it's already been an hour. Anyway.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, be sure to check us out on. Man, are we gonna keep doing the podcast?
We might as
thing?
well just
Think
upload
so?
it. If it skips an episode, it skips an episode. If it
No
uploads,
one's
it
wa-
uploads.
No one's listening to it really at all, dude. Like it's such a waste of time. I look at it and it's like no one gives a fuck at all.
There might be one or two people.
And it's probably us when we go to check to see if it's on there.
I haven't checked to see it in a while. I say fuck it. Just hit the button and upload the shit. Just whatever. If people,
it'll skip
just
around.
whatever. Yeah. If it skips an episode, it skips an episode. Like it whatever. All right. That's it. That's all we got for today. And well, we were supposed to have a guest, but he never showed up. So
Yeah. Hope you're watching this all the way to the end. What happened, dude?
all right. Till next time, guys. Peace out, motherfuckers. Life sucks, man.